Good morning. As you note, my name is Brian Westphalen. I am a volunteer and a member of the board for the Linn Community Food Bank. I assume most of you do know that there is a food bank that resides in your lower level. It's been there for 53 years plus. It started in this church some 50 years ago. It's there today. We're an all-volunteer organization. We're there to serve the people. We are open 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, from 1 to 3 in the afternoon to deliver food to people. Normally, we get somewhere between 50 people a day on the first half of the week or month. As the month goes on, that number goes to 80 plus a day that we serve downstairs. Rather than give you a lot of numbers about what goes on down there, I thought I'd talk about a few other things. Over the last few years, there have been a number of events that have meant that we, the food pantry, have worked very closely with the church. It all started with COVID, when you determined that this church had to be closed, which meant we had to close. You were grateful enough to allow us to stay open and work in the lower level of the church, where we prepared prepackaged bags of food for the clients, and we served them in the afternoons underneath the portfolio off the parking lot, where we could have an equal distance between us and the client, and they simply walked up and picked up a bag of food and went home. Many of those visitors were from the area around the church. As time went on and winter came about, you let us come into the foyer so everybody could be a little warmer, but we did the same thing, being able to give out free prepackaged bags of food. Things continued to get better, and we finally were able to move downstairs and start some normal activity. We just finished giving away holiday bags for Thanksgiving and Christmas when I received a telephone call that told me there was water in the basement. So I came down and found that there was water everywhere. And I guess my left-hand side of the lower level was completely damaged. And again, there was no home for the Linn Community Food Bank, for all of our rooms were damaged at that point and had water damaged. The church found us 2 rooms on the other side of the church, which we completely crammed with every bit of food that we could save from the other side of the church, and reopened again in a smaller way, giving out a limited amount of food to the customers. But we quickly realized that it was impossible for us to seat more than about 8 people downstairs at any one time. It was winter. People were going to have to stand outside on 5th Street in order to come in the church entrance here. So again, the church came to our help, and they opened your gathering room to all the people, for them to find a place to sit and wait before we could service them downstairs. Not only did they open the gathering room, but they provided hot chocolate and coffee, and in many times some of the little necessities that we couldn't provide, like toilet paper and other items. That lasted a long time, until the church and everything got rebuilt downstairs, and we were able to move back into the beautiful rooms that we have today, and you allowed us to be part of the development in this, deciding what those rooms looked like. But we quickly agreed again that we didn't have a place to keep all the people who continue to grow and come to the food bank. So you opened a hospitality room at the end of the hall, which is there today, which services all the people that we can't sit in the first 12 seats before we serve them food. And there they can sit down, they can correspond with their friends, they can have a cup of coffee, they get a donut or a sweet sometime. But I think more than anything, the 2 hospitality rooms had offered a calming influence over all the people who have come to the church to gather food. It's a time for them to talk to their neighbors, to people they know, because a lot of the people who come here all know each other. So that's where we are today. We're downstairs working, trying to meet the needs of the people that your help. We have one challenge left ahead of us. Well, before I do that, I'm going to give you some numbers. In September of this year, we had 780 clients visit the food bank. That amounts to about 837 individuals or family members. Excuse me. Year to date, through September, we've had 6,843 clients come to the food pantry, and that totaled 15,997 family members. There's a number that even makes me amazed in that for this period of time, we have given out of our basic food items. These are the 12 to 14 basic food items that we give out. It does not include a meat choice, the bread and the cereal, or all the free choice items. We have given out over 105,000 individual items of food. That just amazes me, the quantity of food that we are giving out on a daily basis. The other thing before I tell you about my last challenge is that we've seen a change in the food pantry over the years. Prior to COVID, we were there to give an emergency amount of food for those for 3.5 days. And people were allowed to come 12 times. That's changed. We're now the primary place for people to come for food. We're open we allow them to come 24 times a year. They can spread that out however they want. And as I said, we are the primary source. We find people coming here now more than once a month, that there are in fact, more than 25% of the people who visit the food bank are now visiting us more than twice a month. But with that, we have one challenge left for us. Every Christmas and every Thanksgiving and Christmas, we give out holiday bags to those in need. This bag is directed more to the holiday meal than what we would normally give out. In 2023, we plan for 400 to 500 people at Thanksgiving. We had 763 people arrive at the church in the 3-day time frame that we gave out. It was a madhouse, to say the least, trying to gather that extra bags of food. This year, we're planning on 800 bags of food to be given out. I need to thank the director of the bell choir, the bell choir people who were performing, and my understanding is sewing group who's going to join us, for allowing us to join them in their room as we stockpile food for 800 bags of food. We also give at that time, not only that, we give out about a 4-pound ham and a large frozen full chicken for them. So starting the first week of February, if you would come down to the lower level of the church, you're going to find it much busier than normal on Tuesdays and Thursdays, as those are not the day we normally give out food, as we start bagging 800 bags of food. Finding home for these will be interesting. We have a number of outside organizations that are coming in to help. Plus, I need to thank the youth groups of the church for coming down one Wednesday afternoon to also be a part of the bagging process. Again, if you come down, I just ask that you be careful where you walk. Look for the blue bags that are going to be spread all over the lower level, and not trip over any of them. We'll do this again for Christmas. It'll be around 500 bags for that point in time. We don't seem to get as many Christmas visitors as we do at Thanksgiving. I don't really understand that. But again, I guess I'm here to say thank you to the church for, I guess, the 50 years of supporting the Linn Community Food Bank. Without your support, we wouldn't be in business. We wouldn't be able to carry on our mission, which is to give food to those people in need. That, as I say, that number continues to increase. Unfortunately, I don't believe that that number is ever going to slow down. But again, thank you for your support. We look forward to working with you in the future. I'll be around afterwards. I have one other thing I must mention. We're always open to volunteers. If any of you would like to participate and join us downstairs, it's easy to sign up. You can pick the day you'd like to give the food away. It's an easy job. We give you full training. You can even be a hall monitor, as I am when I'm down there. You get to meet a lot of the people who come to the food pantry and go to the hospitality rooms and get to know them. I've gotten to know one man who's the first one in line every time he comes to the food bank, and he comes often, but he is always the first person in line to come downstairs. And there's a lot of others who we have come to have the opportunity to sit and talk to and chat with. So not only do we give out a lot of food to people, but it's really enjoying and a mission to be able to sit and talk to these people and understand the issues that they're going through as they try to go through life. Again, thank you for having me. Look forward to maybe seeing some of you downstairs. We're there a lot here. We're in your church very often. Thank you again.